Hello, I'm Jeffrey Walker. I'm the chair of the Department of Rhetoric and Writing. With the support of my Humanities Research Award, I've been doing archival research for a translation and commentary on a much neglected 14th century Byzantine text, the Synopsis of Rhetoric by Joseph Rhakendytes. This research has greatly improved my grasp of the complete text. None of the surviving manuscripts are intact, except possibly one that I, so to speak, discovered in Vienna, which it seems no one has looked at since the 17th century. Joseph Rhakendytes was a monk, a scholar, and a teacher, as well as court physician at the imperial palace in Constantinople, which is today's Istanbul. Among his friends was John Cantacuzenios, who later would be emperor and later still a historian. He describes Rhakendytes as a well-respected philosopher whom the emperor Andronicus III sometimes employed on diplomatic missions. Another friend was the man of letters Theodore Metochites, he in the fantastic hat, who's mostly known today as the donor of the beautiful Chora Church near the imperial palace in Constantinople. When Rhakendytes died in 1328, Metochites wrote an epitaphios, a funeral lament, calling him that completely excellent and holy man. Since then, however, Rhakendytes has mostly been forgotten, and today needs rescue from oblivion for several reasons. First, the synopsis provides a comprehensive view of classical rhetoric in its last phase as a live tradition before the fall of Byzantium in 1453. Second, Rhakendytes considers himself an Aristotelian and tries to reconcile Aristotelian rhetoric with the teachings of Hermogenes of Tarsus, which had been the backbone of rhetorical instruction in Byzantine schools for more than 1,000 years. So that was no small task. Third, he also tries to square the Aristotelian preference for simplicity with the richly ornamented style preferred in the schools and used by what he calls fire-breathing orators, whom he compares to roaring lions, while comparing himself to an ant. That is, one of the many, the common person, the minor palace official, the ant on the anthill. Finally, this brings me to the fourth and last installment of the so-called Ptochoprodromos poems, meaning beggarprodromos. These are a set of vernacular satires in what was called political verse, which some regard as an opening to modernity. The fourth poem differs from the previous three in certain ways and appears to have been added later, and there's good reason to believe that Joseph Rhakendytes was the one who wrote it. So I hope to explore the rhetoric of the ant as we find it presented in the Synopsis of Rhetoric and exemplified in Ptochoprodromos number 4.